Welcome back to my channel, Pocket Change Coins. If you're excited about finding hidden gems in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we're going to uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We're diving deep into the world of early 20th century silver coinage with a focus on one of the most celebrated dimes ever minted, the United States of America Mercury 1 dime coin from the year 1937. This stunning silver coin, often called a work of miniature art, holds not just monetary value but also immense historical and collectible significance. If you come across a 1937 Mercury dime, don't take it lightly. It may very well be a hidden treasure waiting to fetch big dollars in today's thriving auction market. The Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, was introduced in 1916 and remained in circulation until 1945. Designed by famed sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the Mercury dime was created to replace the Barber dime and ushered in a new era of American coinage artistry. The design features a young Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, but it was quickly nicknamed Mercury due to her resemblance to the Roman god. The reverse of the coin displays a fasces, a bundle of rods with an axe, representing strength and unity, surrounded by olive branches symbolizing peace. The 1937 issue of this coin came toward the end of its series and has gained legendary status among collectors due to its beautiful design, silver content, and rising demand. The 1937 Mercury dime stands out for many reasons. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each coin carries its own special qualities depending on the mint mark and condition. The obverse side displays the detailed profile of Liberty with sharp facial features and feathered wings on her cap, which when preserved in high-grade condition, display an extraordinary level of craftsmanship. The reverse continues to impress with intricate fasces and olive branches that collectors admire for their symbolic and artistic representation. The coin is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it real intrinsic value even before collectible demand is considered. But it's not just the metal content, it's the combination of design, vintage, and rarity that makes this coin a hot item in the market today. In terms of rarity and collector demand, the 1937 Mercury dime is considered a valuable acquisition, especially in higher grades. While millions were minted, very few have survived in pristine condition, free from wear and tear. Coins graded MS65, MS66, or MS67 and those that display full bands on the reverse, meaning the horizontal bands on the fasces are sharply struck and fully separated, are especially rare and sought after. These high-grade examples are not easy to come by, and that's exactly what drives their value higher. Moreover, error varieties such as off-center strikes or die cracks can skyrocket the coin's desirability and auction price. As the interest in silver and vintage coins continues to grow, the 1937 Mercury dime has cemented itself as a powerful piece in any serious collection. Now let's talk numbers. The market value of a 1937 Mercury dime varies based on its condition and mint mark, but even circulated examples are worth far more than face value due to their silver content. A circulated 1937 Mercury dime might be worth $4 to $10, depending on silver prices. However, things get exciting when we look at uncirculated coins. In mint state 65 condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $75 to $150, and if the coin is graded MS67 with full bands, values can jump to $500 to over $1,200 at auction. Rare error coins or perfectly preserved examples have even crossed the $2,000 mark in recent years. With the silver market being strong and the numismatic community placing high demand on vintage American coinage, the 1937 Mercury dime is climbing fast in both value and desirability. For collectors, the 1937 Mercury dime represents an essential investment piece. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced numismatist, this coin should have a place in your collection. When searching for one, pay attention to strike quality, luster, and especially the presence of full bands. Store these coins in airtight holders or graded slabs to preserve their condition and marketability. If you're unsure about the value of your dime, consider having it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, which will not only authenticate it but significantly boost its market appeal. Stay connected with other collectors, visit coin shows, and keep an eye on auction sites where Mercury dimes continue to attract attention and strong bidding. In conclusion, the United States Mercury 1 dime coin from 1937 is more than just a piece of old silver. It's a brilliant fusion of art, history, and intrinsic value, a coin that has captivated collectors for decades and continues to be in high demand today. With its stunning design by Adolph A. Weinman, historical roots, and potential for high dollar returns in the right condition, this dime is truly a treasure. Whether you're hunting in your old change jars or buying from auctions, always keep the 1937 Mercury dime on your radar. Second rare coin, spotlight shines on one of the most iconic dimes in American history, the United States of America Mercury 1 dime coin from the year 1942. This coin is not just a piece of silver, it's a powerful piece of numismatic history that continues to rise in value and desirability in today's auction market. If you're a coin collector, investor, or even someone who loves vintage treasures, this is one coin that deserves your full attention. The 1942 Mercury dime is a true gem with big dollar potential, and in this video, we'll explore why it's considered a hot collectible right now. The Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, was first introduced in 1916 as a replacement for the Barber dime. The coin was designed by Adolph A. Weinman, a celebrated sculptor of the early 20th century, who gave this dime a stunning and symbolic design. On the obverse, we see a young liberty wearing a winged cap, which represents freedom of thought. Though often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, the image is a uniquely American portrayal of liberty and progress. The reverse side features a fasces, a bundle of rods tied around an axe, symbolizing strength and unity, along with an olive branch to represent peace. By 1942, the Mercury dime had become a symbol of American perseverance during World War II, making coins from this year even more historically significant. What sets the 1942 Mercury dime apart are its detailed features, its silver content, and its potential for high market value, especially when found in pristine condition or in rare varieties. These coins were minted in large numbers at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, bearing no mint mark, D, or an S, respectively. Each variation has its own appeal, but the true collector's dream lies in securing one in high mint state condition or in owning one of the famous 1942-1 overdate era coins, where a 1 was mistakenly struck under the 2. This rare error can command thousands of dollars at auction, making it one of the most sought-after varieties in the entire Mercury dime series. The 1942 Mercury dime is in high demand today due to its combination of artistry, historical value, and collectability. Coins that feature full bands, meaning the horizontal bands on the fasces are sharply struck and clearly separated, are especially prized. A coin with sharp strike, full luster, and nowhere can easily elevate in value, especially when certified by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. And of course, any coin with the 1942/1 error is like striking gold in the numismatic world. The strong demand for these coins from both new and veteran collectors ensures that values remain high and continue to increase year after year. Let's talk numbers, because this is where things get very exciting. A circulated 1942 Mercury dime typically sells for $4 to $12, depending on its condition and silver value. However, when you move into uncirculated territory, the value jumps significantly. A mint state 65, MS 65, 1942 dime with full bands can easily sell for $150 to $300, and higher grades like MS 67 can command prices above $600 or more. Now, if you are lucky enough to own the 1942-1 overdate era coin in mint state condition, you are talking about serious money, anywhere from $3,000 to over $15,000, depending on grade and demand. That's the power of rarity combined with strong collector interest. For coin collectors looking to build a valuable collection, the 1942 Mercury dime is a must-have. Always examine the coin closely for signs of strong strike detail and full bands on the reverse. Keep an eye out for any signs of the overdate error, as even low-grade versions of that coin can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Store your coins in protective holders or consider having them professionally graded to preserve their value and ensure authenticity. Stay connected with coin shows, online marketplaces, and numismatic communities to keep track of pricing trends and potential opportunities to buy or sell. In conclusion, the 1942 Mercury 1 dime coin is not just a beautiful artifact from America's past, it is a coin of rising value, strong collector interest, and exceptional design. Whether you're hunting for a hidden overdate variety or holding onto a sharp full bands example, this dime holds real financial potential and timeless appeal. With the silver market staying strong and vintage U.S. coins growing in popularity, the 1942 Mercury dime stands out as a true treasure in the coin world. Third expensive coin, we're diving into one of the most iconic silver coins ever minted in the United States, the 1945 Mercury 1 dime coin. This coin is not only a tribute to American design and legacy, but in today's active collector market, it's turning heads and attracting big dollar attention. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned numismatist, the 1945 Mercury dime stands out as a valuable, high-demand piece that deserves a spot in any serious collection. In this video, we'll explore its rich history, design excellence, and why this coin continues to shine bright in the auction world. The Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, was minted from 1916 to 1945. Designed by the renowned sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, this coin replaced the Barber dime and brought a fresh artistic identity to U.S. coinage. On the obverse, it features a beautifully rendered profile of Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. Due to its resemblance to the Roman god Mercury, the coin earned its popular nickname. The reverse displays a fasces, a bundle of rods wrapped around an axe, symbolizing strength, unity, and justice, alongside an olive branch representing peace. The 1945 edition was the final release in this legendary series, minted in Denver and marking the end of a historic era just as World War II was coming to a close. The 1945 Mercury dime is packed with features that make it stand out among silver coins. First, it was struck with 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it not just artistic but intrinsic value. Its compact size and classic design capture the spirit of the mid-20th century. What makes the 1945 so appealing is that it was the last year of the Mercury dime series, making it highly collectible as a final year issue. Collectors often place great value on coins that close out a beloved series, and the 1945 is no exception. In higher grades, this coin's fine details, such as the Winged Liberty cap and the crisp horizontal bands on the fasces, become beautifully visible and are especially treasured by numismatists. If a coin shows full bands on the reverse, indicating a strong and precise strike, it increases its desirability and value significantly. Despite being minted in relatively large numbers, the 1945 Mercury dime has become increasingly rare in uncirculated, pristine condition, particularly with full bands. Over the decades, many of these coins saw heavy circulation, which means fewer high-grade examples survive today. Collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved pieces with minimal wear, original luster, and sharp detail. The 1945 is also known for a few minor error types and varieties that can bring added value, making it even more appealing. It's a coin that blends beauty, history, and rarity, a powerful combination in today's collectible coin market. Now let's take a look at current market values. A typical circulated 1945 Mercury dime might sell today for $3 to $8, based purely on its silver content and basic collector interest. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated condition, especially one graded MS65 or above with full bands, you're looking at a value range of $75 to $250 or more, depending on the sharpness of strike and preservation quality. Ultra-high-grade specimens, particularly those certified by PCGS or NGC, can bring in $500 to over $1,000 at auction if they exhibit exceptional eye appeal and detail. And if you come across any rare errors or off-center strikes, those prices can rise even higher. This strong and steady demand makes the 1945D Mercury dime a solid investment piece with excellent upside. For collectors, the key to finding a valuable 1945D Mercury dime lies in quality and condition. Always inspect the coin closely for wear and check if the reverse shows the full bands. This feature alone can double or triple the coin's value. Store your coins in protective holders and consider having them graded by a professional third-party service like PCGS or NGC to enhance their credibility and market value. Stay active in the coin community by attending shows, browsing auctions, and networking with other collectors. The 1945D is not just a silver dime, it's a cornerstone of American coin history and a valuable asset for your collection. In conclusion, the 1945D Mercury 1 dime coin is more than just the last of its kind, it's a piece of American resilience and artistic triumph. From its beautiful design to its symbolic importance and rising value, this coin checks all the boxes for collectors and investors alike. As demand continues to grow for vintage silver coinage, the 1945D stands tall in the spotlight, promising not only historical pride but also strong market performance. Whether you already own one or are planning to add it to your collection, there's no better time to recognize the true worth of this remarkable coin. Especially, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most legendary and sought-after coins ever produced by the United States Mint, the 1894 Barber 1 dime coin. This isn't just a collectible, it's a national treasure, a crown jewel in the world of numismatics. Known for its staggering value and near-mythical rarity, the 1894 Barber dime continues to make headlines in auctions and is held in the highest regard by serious collectors worldwide. If you're a coin lover, investor, or enthusiast of rare American history, this is a coin you must know about, so stay tuned until the end as we break down the mystery, beauty, and multi-million-dollar market value of this extraordinary dime. The Barber dime series was introduced in 1892, designed by Charles E. Barber, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. It replaced the seated Liberty design and remained in production until 1916. The obverse features the classical profile of Liberty wearing a Phrygian cap and laurel wreath, while the reverse is simple yet elegant, with the denomination, 1 dime, encircled by a wreath of agricultural elements. The 1894's edition, minted in San Francisco, stands out not only because it's a part of this historical series but because it has become the rarest and most valuable dime in U.S. history. Its background is rich with intrigue, rumors, and mystery, the perfect ingredients for a coin that commands massive attention. The most fascinating detail about the 1894's Barber dime is its mintage. Only 24 pieces were ever struck, and today, only 9 known examples exist. That makes this coin rarer than many of the highest valued coins ever minted. There are several theories about why so few were produced. Some suggest they were minted to balance the books at the San Francisco Mint, while others believe they were specially made for bankers or VIPs. Regardless of the reason, this extremely limited mintage makes the coin one of the rarest U.S. coins ever struck. Each surviving specimen is tracked, documented, and worth an enormous fortune. This is the kind of coin that turns collectors into legends and auctions into historic events. The rarity of the 1894's Barber dime is unmatched, and its condition plays an enormous role in its jaw-dropping market value. Even in circulated condition, it is a multi-million-dollar item. But in uncirculated or proof-like condition, the price skyrockets into historic figures. Collectors view this coin not just as a rare piece but as a cornerstone of American coinage. It's the kind of coin that appears in museums, elite private collections, and record-breaking auctions. Because of its scarcity, even the most seasoned collectors often go their entire lives without ever seeing one in person. And every time one appears at auction, it draws international attention. Let's talk real market value, because the numbers will absolutely amaze you. A circulated 1894's Barber dime sold for $1.9 million. A pristine specimen graded PR 66 by PCGS was auctioned off for $1.32 million, and another famous sale went as high as $2 million. These figures aren't estimates, they are real auction prices paid by collectors and institutions who understand the extreme rarity and historical significance of this coin. If one of the few remaining coins were to appear on the market today in top-tier condition, experts believe it could easily surpass $3 to $5 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in the world. That's the kind of value very few coins can claim, and it positions the 1894S as a true icon in the rare coin world. For collectors, the 1894S Barber dime is the ultimate dream. Most will never own one, but the story behind it inspires the hunt for other key dates and rare varieties. If you are ever in the rare position to acquire one, even in a fractionally worn state, it would be one of the most important acquisitions you could make. Always follow trusted dealers, watch for auction updates, and learn from advanced collectors. For those just entering the world of rare coins, studying the 1894S is a great way to understand what drives the high-end numismatic market and how historical context, rarity, and condition create massive value. In conclusion, the 1894S Barber 1 dime coin stands as a shining example of American numismatic greatness. It is rare beyond words, valuable beyond imagination, and celebrated as one of the most elusive and important coins ever struck in the United States. Its story, its scarcity, and its seven-figure price tag make it a legend, and legends never fade. The 1894S continues to spark curiosity, excitement, and admiration from collectors around the globe. This coin proves that sometimes, the smallest pieces of metal can carry the greatest weight of history and value. Last unique coin, we're diving into a coin that's gaining attention and appreciation in today's active collector's market, the United States of America 1 dime coin from 1967. This coin may seem common at first glance, but collectors around the world are now recognizing its historic significance, unique features, and surprisingly high demand in pristine condition. With its strong presence in today's auction scene and growing interest from numismatists, the 1967 dime is proving to be more than just pocket change. It's a valuable piece of American history. The 1967 Roosevelt dime comes from a transitional period in American coinage history. Following the Coinage Act of 1965, the U.S. Mint had officially removed silver from dimes and quarters, switching instead to a clad composition due to rising silver prices and hoarding during the early 1960s. So, the 1967 dime was minted as part of the new non-silver clad series, composed of a copper core sandwiched between layers of copper nickel. These changes were essential in keeping coins in circulation and making sure they remained affordable for the U.S. economy. The obverse of the dime features the proud and familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, honoring his leadership and his role in founding the March of Dimes. The reverse carries the torch, olive branch, and oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength, symbols that hold deep meaning to American ideals. One of the unique aspects of the 1967 dime is that it was minted without any mint marks. This was intentional. From 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint eliminated mint marks in an effort to discourage coin hoarding, which had become a significant issue with collectors stockpiling coins based solely on their place of origin. This makes every 1967 dime identical in terms of mint location. They were produced at multiple facilities, but none bear a D or S mark. Additionally, while the coin is not silver, it still carries historical charm due to its transitional nature, bridging the silver era with the modern era of clad coinage. Its clean design, bold lettering, and excellent detail when found in high grade make it stand out in a well-curated Roosevelt dime collection. When it comes to rarity and collector demand, the 1967 Roosevelt dime gained strength in two key areas: condition and errors. While many of these dimes were produced, over 2.2 billion to be exact, finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition, especially with a high mint state or proof-like finish, is much more difficult than most assume. These high-grade examples are increasingly sought after by collectors aiming to complete high-quality Roosevelt dime sets. Even more exciting are the known error coins from this year. There are examples with clipped planchets, double dies, off-center strikes, and even missing layers, all of which significantly boost the coin's value and demand. Error coins from 1967 have caught the attention of both casual collectors and professional dealers because they offer something truly unique and often fetch top dollar at auction. Now let's talk about market value. A regular 1967 dime found in circulated condition typically carries a value close to face value due to its clad composition. However, if the coin is in brilliant uncirculated condition, particularly graded MS66, MS67, or MS68 by NGC or PCGS, it can command prices ranging from $15 to over $100 depending on strike quality and eye appeal. Add a major error into the mix, such as a double die or an off-center strike, and the coin's value can skyrocket into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if certified by a reputable grading company. These high-grade or rare error specimens are now actively traded on eBay, heritage auctions, and other numismatic platforms, showing that the 1967 dime is indeed gaining traction in today's market. If you're a collector, the 1967 dime presents an excellent opportunity. First, always inspect your change. These coins are still in circulation and finding one in great condition is possible with a careful eye. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the lettering or design elements, which could indicate a valuable error. Store your finds in non-PVC holders to preserve their quality and prevent toning or damage. If you believe you have a high-quality or error coin, submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC, as certified coins carry much greater value and trust in the marketplace. Building a full set of Roosevelt dimes from the clad era can be a rewarding experience, and the 1967 edition is one of the key transitional coins to include. In conclusion, the United States of America 1 dime coin from 1967 may not contain silver, but it carries historic weight, collectible appeal, and strong market potential. From its mint-mark-free mystery to its role during a pivotal time in U.S. coinage, this dime has far more going for it than meets the eye. As collectors continue to seek high-grade examples and rare errors, demand for this coin is only expected to grow. Whether you're searching through pocket change or reviewing your collection, don't overlook the value and story of the 1967 Roosevelt dime. It might just be one of your smartest finds yet. Thanks for joining us in today's deep dive into this fascinating and increasingly popular coin. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more hidden gems in the world of coin collecting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a rare opportunity. Let us know in the comments if you've come across any unique 1967 dimes, or what your favorite Roosevelt dime year is. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your collection growing, and your passion for coins alive.